Hey there, hi there, ho there. Hey look, it's not always laughs here at Radiojew's Revenge, even when we would rather have it otherwise. This, however, is an occasion where I'm not necessarily pushing for laughs. There's a piece coming up next that is relevant to recent current events, when we are again reminded that terrorist strikes don't necessarily all come from the Middle East. And we also are reminded that neither Tim McVeigh nor this bozo down in D.C. last week, nor the one that blew away the doctor out in the Midwest before that, none of these guys were bleeding heart Berkeley liberals. We need to watch our own radical, hateful right wing in this country. We need to watch the children of Limbaugh a lot more closely than we have been. Now this. The following appeared on the schmace.com website under the byline of Shilling Posner. And it's called When Jews Are Targets. So, Holocaust museums are now targets. And Holocaust museums are here to make sure that never again? Israel was founded that never again shall a Jew need to cower in a pogrom. Tell that to Sderot. The League of Nations made certain that there would never be a war again, and yes, we have elected a president to ensure, well, change. Delusions become dangerous, not when we start to believe them, but when we stop questioning. Did we really think that the SS were so effective because they had never been to a tolerance center? That if only they had been clairvoyant that shooting Jews leads to dead Jews, they would never... Is it possible that from the hundreds of millions of Arabs and Muslims, virtually none of them could care any less if Israel collapsed? Is it possible they would even approve? Why are we afraid to face the obvious facts? Because the facts hurt too much. So we hide behind two-state solutions, and pullouts, and dialogue, and bridge building, the ultimate silliness. I have never heard of a credible, viable attempt to get the Freedom Riders to dialogue with the KKK's Grand Wizard. No one pooh-poohed Mississippi terror as the inevitable growth of Confederate statelessness. Why do we insist on sympathy for the Arabs? They deserve better than that. So do we. The hurt I see in too many eyes, the eyes of survivors who saw Berlin in the 30s, and now that their eyes have dimmed, but their minds have not, they see deja vu. I've seen the pain of kids who go naively off to school and encounter hatred of them, in a bastion of learning that their parents pay buku bucks for them to attend. I see the look of soccer moms who realize that kids, their kids, not there but for the grace of God to go I, but their kids. It has happened closer to my family than I could ever wish on my enemies. My heart bleeds for the victims. My blood boils when I see my people suffering and not knowing why, not knowing what hit them. Not knowing that hatred of Jews has ebbed and flowed but never abated, that hatred for the Jews has been with us forever, that we have been here forever. I cannot accept or even fathom this hatred, and I have no patience for historian theorists who yak about it. But this I do know, that whatever it is that makes them hate us is something good, that the reason for hating us is the reason to love us. We stand for something, whatever that something is. We are the light unto the nations. Light illuminates. Light disturbs. I know we're the chosen people, kvetch Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof, but can't you choose someone else? That line gets a grunt of laugh, but never a vigorous nod. Edoschenu ne'emdu me'od doesn't translate well, but here is a dreadfully abridged story to go with it. In the old country, on Simchas Torah, in a small shul, there was a man who, after the dancing had already gone on for a while, took off his shirt and danced bare-chested with the Torah. His back was scarred with whiplashes. 3 of his fingers were missing. He was a Cantonist. As a Jewish boy of 11, the Tsar had kidnapped him, held him, trying to force him into the church, but he survived. And on this night, as he danced with the Torah, he sang, "Torah, Torah, this body has never left you." My father was my 5th grade teacher, and he told this story to our class slowly over several days. And so I weep for all those who are being whipped and don't know that story. They are being shot at and don't know why. For whatever reason it may be, they have not gone to shul early on a frosty morning to recite Ashrenu. How lucky I am to be a Jew. I'm supposed to exercise every day, says Sean Posner. My doc told me to. This I know, that the repetitive discipline will prime my body for when I need it primed. So too my Yiddishkeit. And so I'm frustrated that I've never been able to get the guys, not gender specific by the way, into shul on the good days when the golf course beckons. And because I failed in that attempt one time too many are feeling the whip and the pistol for the first time and the second time, and not knowing Ashrenu, not having absorbed the legacy that goes with the story of Torah, Torah, this body never left you. The story of dancing on Simchas Torah. One evening in the yeshiva some 30 years ago, Rabbi Mentlik was trying to make a point and had no one's attention. Suddenly he burst into tears, which got everyone's attention, and said in Yiddish, "I don't know how to explain it, but it's got to be different." That is all I remember of what he said. That is all I have to offer. It's everywhere, you know, the gullus. There's not enough eyes to keep on it in all the places. You gotta root it out, and you still can't find it all. Sucks. Oh, sucks. Mashiach now!